Hey, welcome back to your practice. I'm Kai. We have my chickens behind me as usual. We're in my backyard. I like to be outside as much as possible. It helps me feel so much more connected to the earth, to my body, and my chickens make me happy, so I'm hoping they can do the same for you. Thanks for carving out a little bit of time for yourself today. This is a 20-minute beginner-friendly yoga practice. So not so much a flow, we'll be holding poses more than flowing in and out of them. I give a lot of instruction and I give you different variations. So if you are a total beginner, know that you are in the right place. Yoga is available to every person's body. You just have to know and have the right instruction to help you feel confident and safe getting into and out of these postures. So that's my hope for you today. Just get in something comfy. You don't have to wear any fancy yoga clothes, just something that you can move in. And if you have a yoga mat, great. If not, a towel will do pretty well for you. Just be careful if you tend to slip and slide. And you shouldn't need any additional props or fancy things today. Just you, your mat, your attention, and 20 minutes for yourself today. So if you're ready, let's get started. We're going to start in just a comfortable seated position, nothing fancy. You can prop yourself up on some pillows even, some blankets. If you ever feel like sitting upright when you're sitting on the ground just doesn't work for you, like you're falling backwards or things just hurt and ache, know that by propping your hips up a bit, it's going to allow your hips to settle more naturally and your knees to open. It'll probably take some of that pressure out of your back. So know that that's always available for you if you're newer to the practice. Wherever you are, let yourself land and just place your hands on your heart. So one hand flat on your chest and the other right on top of that. And if it feels safe for you, go ahead and close your eyes. If that doesn't feel good to you, or you've had a really busy day so far, just look softly down somewhere out in front of you. Look down below the horizon line and let your eyes just soften. Wherever you are, start to collect the little bits of your attention that you've kind of left spread throughout your day and just gather it, encouraging it to go onto your breath. So just watching as the breath moves naturally in and out of the body. Watch and feel as the chest rises and falls with your breath. And maybe noticing if your belly is also rising and falling with your breath. Taking these moments at the beginning of practice, before we practice, to just bring our attention and our intention here. We're going to carve out this time for ourselves, so let ourselves arrive and be here with ourselves. Yoga is a beautiful practice. It has so many benefits, and one of the main benefits that I enjoy is that it helps to focus the attention. It helps to lower the stress and bring the attention less in our head, being less heady, and more into the body. So setting up here, bringing our awareness onto our breath, setting that intention that I will be here. I'm doing this for myself, and I'm going to pay attention to myself here for a couple more breaths. You can kind of let your shoulders roll forward naturally, let your chin rest down in your chest, and softly open your eyes. We're going to start today on hands and knees. So go ahead and come onto your hands and knees, bringing your hands right under your shoulders and your knees right under your hips so that your arms and your upper legs are relatively straight up and down. And you want to turn your hands out a little bit so that your index fingers point straight ahead. Usually people will have their index fingers pointing more in toward each other, but it'll help your shoulders and your wrists if they turn out. So index fingers pointing forward, tone your belly, pulling your belly up and in, and lift your chin out of your chest. Start to squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you so they're actually moving in toward each other. And then as you drop your chest towards the ground, tip your tailbone up and lift your chin. This is cow pose. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, push the ground away, round your back, pull your lowest belly up and in. And you can tuck your chin to your chest a bit. This is cat pose. Inhale back into cow pose, bringing movement to the spine. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. These are gentle movements. You don't need to go for huge sensation. One more of each. It's more about awareness and movement than the big sensations of the stretch. Now, come back onto a neutral spine, still on hands and knees. If you need to rest your hands just for a bit, you can do that, but come back and step the inner edge of your thighs together. Now, tone your low belly by pulling your lowest belly up and in, and reach your right leg straight back behind you. Now, it might only be a few inches off the ground, or maybe it's really high, but try not to open up in your hip. Keep your hip pointing down. Again, toning your belly, maybe point your toes, chin out of chest, take a full breath. Exhale, set that knee down. Keep strong in your hands. Make sure your index fingers are still pointing straight ahead. Tone your low belly. This time, left leg, reach it straight back, tiger pose. Not opening up in that hip, having that hip pointing down. Foot pointed or flexed, but again, toning the belly. Chin out of chest, take a full breath. Reach your toes back behind you. Exhale, lower your knee down. Now move your knees back a couple inches and lower down through your pelvis, your hips, your belly, bringing your hands just outside of your ribs. And you want the tops of your feet to the ground. You could even pick up your thighs one at a time and walk your thighs back behind you. Now be really heavy through your hips, so press your pelvis down. You could think of that as like squeezing your butt cheeks. Squeeze your butt cheeks to push your hips down. And as you keep those hips pressing down, start to lift in your chest, not by pushing your hands down, they're just kind of resting there, but by rooting down through your hips so much that your chest starts to roll up. Roll your shoulders back, hug your elbows in. And a way you can test if you're really strong through your hips is if you can float your feet just a little bit. Take a whole breath here. And as you exhale, lower down. You can rest one side of your face down or just forehead down. Now, depending on how your shoulders feel or how practiced you are at opening your shoulders, this next one might have to be a very modest position. But try here with elbows bent, interlacing your hands right behind your hips. And with your thumbs up against your tailbone, bend your elbows deeply. Now lift your shoulders away from the ground. You might already be feeling it quite a lot here. If this is already quite a big shoulder chest stretch, keep your hands right where they are as you press your pelvis down and start to lift your chest. You might not even move your hands away from your hips. They might rest down on your hips and you just focus on this lift of the shoulders. But if this is going okay and you're not feeling like your shoulders are tearing open, you might start to lift your hands, maybe even move your arms more straight as you lift your chest. Again, don't overdo this. You're not going for huge sensations. If this is going well, maybe you float your feet just a little bit, take a full breath, everything up. Exhale, release, lower down. Let your breath settle and steady. Now place your hands outside of your ribs, tuck your toes. It might be helpful to use your knees down on the ground as you push yourself up to plank, then lifting your knees at the top and push back, downward facing dog. So down dog, we're just pushing our hands down and forward to send our hips up and back. It'll help if you bend your knees and you lift your heels up. That way there's no rounding to the spine. You want to go for a really long spine. Grip with your fingertips, so if you feel that you're sliding away from yourself, pressing your finger pads down will help so much. Try to relax your neck.
Now a nice bend to your knees as you look forward towards your hands. Small steps, walk your feet forward to the top of your mat, stepping your toes right behind your wrists and folding to your legs. And if your spine feels pretty tight or your legs feel tight, do what I'm doing and bend your knees so much that you can actually rest your body on top of your legs so that the weight of your upper body is being supported. Hands down, relax your neck. Now with your hands still down, step your feet as wide as your hips and step your left foot all the way back into a lunge. So keep wiggling it back, back, back until your front shin bone is moving towards straight up and down. Bring your hands on either side of your right leg, push your feet and hands down, lift your chest, and think like growing longer, like you're trying to reach your shoulders and chest towards the top of your mat. Really straight back leg if you can. And leaning onto your left hand that's down under your shoulder, you might start to turn open, first by bringing your right hand to your right hip and peeling your right shoulder on your back, looking up past your right shoulder. If you're open and this feels okay, you might reach your right arm up towards the ceiling or the sky. Nice and heavy through that front foot. Push it down. We're just here for one more breath. Slowly lower your right hand, little bend to your back knee. Step your back foot forward. Now slide your hands up to your shins. Look forward, lengthen your spine, tone your belly. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold. If you're falling behind or you're only catching a few of these instructions, no big deal. You learn these things over time, so be graceful with yourself. Hands on the ground, feet as wide as your hips. This time, right foot, step it all the way back into a lunge. Keep wiggling it back, back, back until your front shin bone is straight up and down. Now bring your hands to either side of your left foot. Push down through your feet in your hands. Lengthen, lunge, look forward like you're trying to grow longer through your spine. And lean onto your right hand. It might even help if you stay up on your right fingertips so you get more height. And bring your left hand to your left hip. Start to turn open like you're peeling your left shoulder onto your back, pointing your elbow up. Maybe reach your left arm straight up. If you do that and it's too much on your shoulder, hand on hip is totally fine. Find your breath. And then slowly lower down, a little bend to your back knee. Step your back foot forward. Again, hands to shins. Inhale, extend your spine, look forward. Exhale, fold. This time, feet still hip width. Left foot, step it all the way back, lunge. Getting familiar now. This time, lower your back knee down. And depending on what the surface is like underneath your knees, you might have to roll your mat over so it's double padded. You could also grab a blanket or anything that you need. Just don't deal with the pain in your knee. You want to make it comfortable in your knee. I like the top of my foot down on the ground because when you push through the top of that back foot, it takes some of the weight out of the back knee. Now, if this is feeling good here and you want to stay this supported, keep your hands here on the ground. If your back knee is doing okay, you might slide your hands up to your hips, lifting your chest up. It'll definitely bring more of a stretch to that back thigh. Now, this is a balanced pose, so focus your gaze, root down through both feet, lift your chest. You could even roll your shoulders back a bit. Find your breath. And gently release your hands back to the ground on either side of your right foot. Now push your right foot forward. It's kind of like a runner stretch. Send your hips back. Make sure your right hip comes with you. That one likes to pull forward, so tuck it back. And you can stay here with your toes pointing forward. That'll give you more length. Or start to pull up on your toes, moving your toenails towards your face. That's like your gas pedal. The more you pull your toes up towards your face, the more you're going to feel this hamstring stretch. If you need to keep a bend to your leg, Please take care of yourself. Find your breath, deep, full belly breaths, as you feel into the back of your leg. Now walking your hands back forward, plant that right foot flat, tuck your back toes, pick up your back knee, step your back foot forward. Inhale, hands to shins, extend your spine, look forward. Exhale, fold. Last one like this. Step your right foot all the way back, lunge, wiggle it back, back, back. Back knee down, padding up if you need. This knee might feel different than the other. You might keep your hands down like this. This is totally great. If you're already feeling that stretch, stay here. If you want more stretch and you're feeling okay, hands to hips, lift your chest. You want to push your feet down into the earth. Root both feet down. Shoulders back. And then gently release your hands down on either side of your left leg. Push your foot down and forward. Send your hips back, taking that left hip with you. And either keep your toes pointing straight ahead. Again, that'll give you more length to your hamstring. Or if you want more stretch, pull up on your toes, moving your toenails towards your face. Bending your knee as much as you need to get your hands down on either side of your leg. Maybe you start to fold forward. Full belly breaths. Yoga is to open our body, to build awareness, but it's also self-love. It's not for torture. We're not here to hurt ourselves. We're here to give our body the gift of mobility, our mind the gift of stillness. So be with your body and honor the variations that you need to take in order to feel your best. Walking your hands back forward, plant your foot flat, tuck your toes, lift your knee, step your back foot forward. Inhale, hands to shins, extend your spine, look forward. Exhale, fold. Now plant your hands right under your shoulders. Step back, downward facing dog. So that hands shoulder width apart position, knees bent, heels high, feel into the back of your body, long spine. Now lower your knees back to the ground. Come into what I call an upright kneeling position. Again, this is one where you have to really tune into your knees. Do you need to get a blanket or a pillow? Do you need to roll over your mat a couple times? Sometimes just rolling the front side of your mat over once or twice can be so helpful. That way when you stand up on your knees, it's nice and cushioned. See, I like that. I'm going to leave that right there. But you want your knees just about hip width apart. So your thigh bones are straight up and down, not super wide to where they're pointing apart, but straight up and down. And feet just about hip width apart behind you, but tuck your toes under. That'll usually make the kneecaps feel a lot more secure. Now hands are going to be like a back brace in this position. We're going to do a little back bend. You don't have to make it huge. If you know this pose, you can go for it. But start by bringing your hands to your hips. So you want your thumbs wrapping around the fronts of your hips and your fingers pointing down at your glutes. And when you push your hands down, press your hips forward. It's like if you flex your butt muscles, you will feel your hips press forward. You want that to happen. Lengthen your spine and just start by rolling your shoulders back. So maybe shoulders go up towards your ears first and then down and back behind you. Maybe you do that a couple times. Try it up towards your ears and down and back. Are your glutes still flexed, hips still pressing forward? If yes, maybe start to lean back. I recommend keeping your chin into your chest, so not letting your head drop back. And focus more on the shoulders rolling back and the hips pressing forward. Opening up through the belly, through the chest. This is called camel pose. And to come out of this, really push through your hands. Lift your chest. And you'll probably want to unroll your mat at this point. Find a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes toward each other. Crawl your arms out in front of you and rest your forehead towards your mat. And if your forehead doesn't touch your mat and it feels awkward, you could also do like a forearm stacked position and just rest your forehead down on your forearms. You want this to be a rest. Softening through your face and your eyes. And just find your breath. Now, starting to lift your chest, use your hands as much as you need. Take a seat back behind your feet and extend your legs out in front of you. So your heels are towards the front of your mat. And start with a bend to your knees. Just really good practice, bend to the knees, so that when you lean side to side, you can pull the flesh of your glutes out and back. This will just help your back from rolling under. I know it kind of feels awkward. If you've never done this before, just pull the flesh of your glutes back. And once your knees are bent and your back feels like it's straight up and down and not rolling backwards, bring your hands to either side of your hips or to the backs of your thighs to help push down and lift upright. Get a lot of length to your spine. Now, the name of the game is literally to rest your ribs on top of your thighs. So as you hinge at your hips, folding forward, you want to bend your knees as much as you need so that you make a connection between your ribs and your thighs. That's what's going to bring the most even stretch to your legs and your back. Once you have that connection, walk your hands down your legs, landing them wherever they naturally fall. If you get your feet, great. You don't have to. I usually hold kind of like my ankles. And start to let your neck hang, rolling your chin towards your chest, not forcing it. If there's any kinks in the back of the neck still, you could just shake your head very lightly, yes and no. Maybe doing little circles, moving slowly. Find your breath. Now start by lifting your chin so you're looking forward, and walk your hands along the outside of your legs to help you lift your chest. Now scoot forward. One of these chickens is very interested. I'm snack lady, so they're like, where's the snacks, lady? Scoot your hips towards the top of your mat and grab your right ankle bone. Pull your right heel towards your groin so you have like a closed front knee situation, and shift onto your right buttock so your left glute kind of lifts up off the ground. You could even walk your right hand over to the right a bit. Now, holding on to your left shin bone with your left hand, start to swing your left leg somewhat back behind you. So you're ending up in a kind of a funky pigeon pose, walking your hands around your right leg forward so they're more in front of your right knee. You might at this point have room to start to walk your left leg back, or maybe you just keep it really bent where it is. If you know full pigeon pose and you want to take that here instead, go for it by all means. If you're newer to the practice, maybe you just stay right here, really leaning heavy onto your right hip, keeping your hands down for support, pressing your feet heavy down into the ground. Try not to grip through your hands or your face or your jaw. Try to soften and just find your breath. Letting the shoulders roll down away from the ears. So not having this like shoulder bunch, neck crunch position, but shoulders down, relax, bend the elbows. Push that right hand down into the earth. Now the way we come out of this is kind of the same steps in reverse. So lean onto your right hip, swing your left leg forward,
And start with both feet out in front of you with your hips kind of towards the top of your mat. Now holding on to your left ankle, pull your left heel in towards your groin. Can you see that? So your heel's in towards your groin. And you want to lean onto your left buttock so that the right hip lifts off the ground. Reach back, hold the front of your right shin with your right hand, and encourage your leg to move back. And again, you might stay in this kind of like really supported knee bent pigeon position. This might feel good. Or if it's going well and you want to move on, you might walk your hands more in front of your left knee with your hands both pointing forward. You might start to crawl that back foot further back behind you, and the inner seam of my right leg, my back leg's on the ground. So left hip is down, I'm leaning onto that hip, and the inner seam of the right leg's down. If you're going for full pigeon, do you. We're gonna be here. Really push that left hand down, push your feet down, try to lower your shoulders down away from your ears. And just see if with every inhale, you can press more solidly into the ground. And then with every exhale, soften somewhere, whether it's your face, your eyes, your shoulders down. Soften your belly. Let your belly hang as you breathe. And coming out that same way by leaning onto your left hip, swing your right leg around. And you want to scoot your hips back this time. So we're back with our heels towards the front of the mat. And this time we're going for really straight legs. So place your hands outside of your hips, somewhere where your arms are straight. Some people, they have to go way further back, wherever feels good, and it helps you sit upright. Now flex your feet, meaning your toenails drag towards your face, and press your heels down, the backs of your hamstrings down, glutes down. Lift your chest by pushing your hands down. Long spine, shoulders back, lift your chin even. Take a full breath. Exhale, soften everything down. You could even shake out your legs a little bit, bending your knees one at a time. Maybe you roll onto your back, give yourself a little hug, rock your hips side to side, knees side to side. However you want to end your practice, just find a way to soften and just enjoy the space you've created, this time you've spent with yourself. And that's it for today. Yoga doesn't have to be complicated. It can just be a little bit of movement, a little bit of time with yourself. And again, if today felt confusing at all, and you're like, Kai, lady, I'm new to this practice, what the heck was that? Know that you could do this video 5 times over the next 2 weeks, and by that 5th time, you're gonna be a pro at this. It's gonna make so much more sense. Yoga is a practice, and so it's something that we have to return back to again and again to refine and to start to have those instructions make sense. So don't judge yourself. Be so kind to yourself. Reward yourself for making this space for your practice, and I hope you come back again. I am newer to teaching on YouTube. I've been teaching yoga for like 15 years, 10, 15 years now, but actually teaching in a public way in the online space, I'm new to this. So I want to know what you want more of. I want to know if this was helpful, if beginner-friendly flows are where you're at, if you're more like, okay, this was actually really basic for me. I want to move a little deeper. Morning flows, nighttime flows, stress relief, whatever it is, please let me know. Let me know how I can serve you better. And yeah, if you enjoy the chickens, let me know that too, because I like filming outside, but I also, I want to give you what is helpful for you. So leave a comment, let me know. I hope to see you again. Have a beautiful rest of your day. So much love from my corner of the internet to yours.